So the last thing that I've got here on the list to talk about from Twitch and the general community is the Aroha, I think that's how you pronounce it, for New Zealand charity stream, which came about from the tragedy over there earlier. So let me just pull up the screen here so we can talk about it. So this came about. I guess it was from Solitaire YTG, who just thought of the idea and said, look, let's get together, let's see how many people we can organize to run a bit of a charity event, and then reached out to Fid from Go To Game, and then yeah, they've got together a big crew of streamers and people to run a charity event. Still, oh yes, it's taking place. Here we go. Finding the details.
It takes place this weekend,
Yes.
Saturday and Sunday, and it's going to be a mix of people being based out of a studio. So Let's Play Live have come on board and are hosting a bunch of New Zealand streamers in their Sky Tower location in Auckland. And then the rest of the other streamers will be attending online. They're still taking registrations if you are interested in supporting the cause, either being on the official stream or being a part of the team to raise funds for it.
I've seen it floating around, Twitter in the last week, heavily, and the schedule that they've got up. Like I see people are allocated start times and time slots and things like that, which is really good. It's an amazing event, and I hope it goes tremendous for them.
Yeah, it sounds great. Having LPL supporting it and the ability of people to go there, it's a great venue. I pulled up the LPL website here. If you don't know what this is, it's the massive Sky Tower. Is it in Auckland?
Basically, Sky Tower is the giant noodle-like structure in Auckland. If you've ever been to Auckland, or if you know anything about Auckland, then you'll know that that's the Sky Tower.
Yeah, this here, and they've got a studio set up. I think it's got street views and people can see in, and yeah, it's really great for events. So it's awesome that they could come on and support and get some streamers in, and yeah, it should be a great event. So the 30th and the 31st. So it'd be great to see how that goes next weekend. I'm sure it'll be really successful.
They have a really awesome location. I know the LPL team quite well. I used to live in Auckland, so I've been to their studio a couple of times, and I think they have 10 PCs available, and each of the PCs have the ability to stream from. So they can have up to 10 streamers in at once, and then they have their analyst and caster desks as well. So it's really great that they're getting on board to support the cause.
That's great. And the internet over in NZ's pretty good, so I've heard.
Yeah.
As the rumors go,
They've probably got like gigabit in that tower.
Oh, it's probably like 900 down, 400 up.
Yeah, something crazy.
Sounds about right. Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised. I did see LPL have also added in that they're offering all of their equipment to be used for the streams as well.
Yes.
And I'm very happy with LPL for that. That is something I wanted to bring up later on track, how affected LPL have been recently. This season, like they've worked towards many new sponsorships and have been, I'll be honest, it's like they've had the door slammed on their face. So the fact that they're able to come back and still support the community after having all their investments into their first season coming back to sort of just be destroyed, very, very proud and happy of LPL to be able to still stand on their feet and support the New Zealand community.
Yeah, that's great.
They were really responsive as well. So one of the things Let's Play Live has is they've got partnership with Sky and one of New Zealand's free-to-air channels, and they promote Counter-Strike, and that's played on the TV. So on Friday they pulled all the coverage from Counter-Strike, and one of the New Zealand's top Counter-Strike players who played in LPL series, he was actually one of the victims of the attack, and so they had a even more bigger connection with this event, so they wanted to get on board and basically jump in and say, hey, this is a great cause, you can use our resources if you want to use them.
Yeah, I think that's a great segue. We can jump in to talk about LPL more and about their response to the event, because I agree with you guys. I felt they handled it very well, and they were very swift, and they made great decisions. Like you said, cancelling the CS:GO coverage was perfect, and they released a good press statement. And I've just pulled up the tweet here, and we can also talk about the cancellation of the rest of the LAN finals. I know that Ozzy, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, so I hate to make it seem like I am transferring a a sad event that has happened into a negative topic. However, I feel even with how much LPL have been doing recently to try and help support the community, there's been so much slammed in their face that they just didn't really deserve. Due to that, they've now had to. So I believe the semi-final and the final were supposed to be LAN. I can't remember the name of the theatre, but the LAN wasn't even going to be at the Sky Tower. It's going to be at a theatre in Auckland. Now, due to the recent events, they've said they've canned the CSGO airing on TV entirely. Originally, on the day of the attacks, they were canning the reruns that were happening. Then they later on they chose to close the event entirely, basically on Sky. So it's only online through, is it CG TV? I think it is the Twitch channel, the official LPL CG Twitch channel. But since then, yeah, that's where the topic of LPL coming in. They've cancelled this LAN, and myself, I know I've been talking to my team with Ground Zero to make sure that they're continuing to push through with the event. They are still happy to work towards, even though there's no longer a LAN final, they're still happy to keep playing. I guess it's where I'm sort of, I don't want to make it seem like I am, but I'm low-key calling out Chiefs here for playing the dog act.
So what did Chiefs? What happened exactly? I'm not really up to speed.
The Chiefs CSGO lineup. Now, keep in mind, adding into this, so Chiefs recently came home from China. Was it Wesga? WESG?
Yep.
They had Moe CQ filling in. So Moe is a player of ours from Ground Zero. They've come back from Wesga. They're happy. They've done their scheduling and everything. LAN has been cancelled from LPL, and in the next hour, apparently the Chiefs lineup have Chinese flu and are refusing to play the rest of LPL. Keep in mind, LPL have already been screwed over by Icon not understanding how their CS lineup is going and pulling out after week 1. So that's what I mean by they've had doors slammed in their face, really. Chiefs are now using their sub roster, which they've already used in 1 week due to not wanting or caring to schedule. Try and remember the name of the Astral Influence lineup. I think that's run by Mozzie. Mozzie, I think that has Haz in it. Can't really remember.
So is the finals like LAN at all, or is it completely on?
It's all been changed to online, and after the announcement of that coming out as online only or LAN cancelled, and I agree with LPL, the whole, as Ricky told me, he said he wants New Zealand, like LPL decided they want New Zealand to heal first from the event. Like you don't.
Absolutely.
100%. For example, like if we relate back to Lint Cafe, how long were people still going to, I can't remember the name of that intersection.
Martin Place.
Was it Martin Place? How many people were still coming to Martin Place days, weeks, months after, still dropping off flowers? You know? We as the Oceanic community, I guess you could say, are very passionate to healing and being protective of others. I guess that's just where my personal frustration is coming in from this Chiefs lineup. having an excuse to no longer play after they know LPL have sort of been kicked down multiple times. Once there's no longer a LAN, Chiefs pull out, no care, they come up with an excuse. However, they're fine to continue playing in every other league, like they're forcing us tonight still anyway in ANZ, ESL ANZ.
Yep. Well, that's certainly a bit sus.
When we were originally rescheduled to verse them tonight in LPL anyway, as I think my boys just finished versing Paradox. So that's sort of where it all came from. The LPL have very much been kicked down, and I'm not impressed with Chiefs. As if you were from outside of the ANZ region, Chiefs is one of the organizations that a lot of people first think of. An organization like that to not be supporting the region.
I mean, if it's something that they're taking advantage of a bad situation, then that sucks badly. But I guess it's one of those situations we'll never know the answer to because of the nature of it. But yeah, it's not a good way to play it out.
No.
And one of the things with my experience in PUBG is I've noticed that teams commit to things, but then they don't follow through with their commitment. And as a tournament organizer, I found that incredibly frustrating when people have said we'll be there and then they don't rock up, and it just causes so much problems and chaos for the tournament organizers. And for the likes of Let's Play Live, this is their pretty much premier event, to having teams pull out this late of notice because of a situation that's outside of their control is really tough on them. And for the players alone, I know that with the PUBG circuit, all of our qualifiers for a tournament, an upcoming tournament at the moment, is quite online. And I know the players feel that they could, if it was a LAN, they'd be able to perform better because a lot of teams perform better in a LAN environment than an online environment because you have the opportunity to be around your team and sit next to them and have the team dynamics going on and everything like that. So that's really tough as well. But it's just, I feel for Let's Play Live because they've been put into a difficult situation because of this attack in Christchurch, and handling the best they can do. And having teams pull out once they've already committed is really, really difficult.
Yeah, and it's really harsh. So in week 1, originally, Let's Play Live only had 1 or 2 matches on Sky. And I know Ricky was pushing to have it be all 4 matches every night could be on Sky. They really wanted to push esports TV. And that's something I've always sort of believed in myself. I know a lot of people don't agree with esports needs to be on TV. That's a whole nother topic, really. But once we finally hit that demographic of being publicly available, on a TV network, jumping your schedule from 2 to 4 matches, that's a huge jump that LPL did to, I guess, at the beginning season, sort of kick down Icon not keeping control of their CS roster. They still don't even have one right now. And then down track, I think next week is the last week before the semi-final is supposed to begin. Chiefs just have an excuse to not play. And I think, to me personally, I think it's actually quite, as a tournament, if I was organising LPL, I personally would have treated it as quite offensive, the fact that Chiefs pull out and then pull in a random sub-roster that's not even under the Chiefs organisation. I'm not sure if any of you sort of feel the same way there.
Are there any ramifications or penalties for any teams that do this?
None at all in the team contract, which, yes, that's very...
Yeah, that seems a bit not right.
Yeah, probably something that they'll look at for future seasons to make sure it doesn't happen again.
100%. Like, I have been talking to Ricky a lot ever since Icon splitting up, I should highlight XTM in case no one has seen that yet. Pretty sure everyone has. But yeah, they obviously the team contracts weren't fully in depth. There was no fines, as I don't know if any of you have ever seen an ESL contract. Like if anyone actually read every single word through that, you'll be reading it until the next event. But yeah, there was no fines, nothing holding you back. It was very much, sign this, you can play, we're going to be on TV, don't do anything dumb, make sure you rock up to your matches, you know?
Mm. Well, seems like they forgot the make sure you rock up to your matches section.
Yeah. Slept in on that one.